been a while. Matter of fact, it's been a year and a bit. So let's talk about how I've gone so far and all the ups and downs of having your first year and a bit of coming back to YouTube. Plus, with some extra nice, fun little news and some shout outs right at the end. But you'll have to watch right through to see that, okay? So, that'll do. Let's do this. Mm. Sorry. Okay, I forgot to make the intro shorter these days. Hi, Internet. Beck here. Good old Mum's Witch. How you going? I thought it was time to level up that intro too, because it's not just YouTube these days. You can put long form or short form video on. It's good old things like the other opposite way, the 916 and also the widescreen and the 5:4 mode. I'm riveting. Sorry. Talk about ups and downs of my first year and a bit on coming back to vlogging. Exactly that. It's okay to make so many mistakes. It's okay to think you need to do all those things because it's sort of the baptism of fire getting back on. You think you have to compete and all that. And as you know, I've gone on previous videos talking about you don't have to be a product, especially if you just want to do authentic storytelling. Sure, you can put it down to 5 points, all the frames, look at all the videos and all that, but they're still saying one thing. Yes, it'll be engaging if you still like a TV show or a radio podcast or a brand or product, and that's not always the case. And quite frankly, I'm here to talk to you, which was the first motivation for my channel, albeit that I did it through a period of time where I thought I would lose friends, and it was an emotional reaction. But as we know now, the Oracle is definitely in charge of the clock app now, and maybe this is a prudent move in hindsight. Basically, when I first started this channel, it was a way I was thinking maybe I could keep in touch with my friends from other platforms so I don't lose them. Well, yes, some did subscribe, some, and I subscribed back, but then I realised they're not entirely active on this platform. And some will. But one thing I do say, check your ego. Why are you doing this? Are you doing it for you? Are you doing it as a creative outlet? Things like that. I must admit, I rebounded so many times trying to get engagement, I realized I am pushing myself uphill. That's not a good look and not good for your self confidence. And it took me away from what I wanted to do. Have a creative outlet to do some general storytelling about my daily life and more long and thoughts and opinions and knowledge and stuff like that. But you can feel like a teeny tiny voice in a big, big field. And it's okay to say, look, I'm just going to look past the camera, talk to you about my day, about things and all that, and possibly stick a lot of pictures and things like that as well along the way. Because in such a society that makes you feel like you have to be a thing, it can feel like a challenge to be yourself, especially when you just want to do something as a creative outlet. And you know, I've been fairly stuck on 22 subscribers for most of this year and a bit. You know what? That's okay. Have I had did my visions of all these people always commenting and all that? No, that was a big lesson for me, right? And that is that your channel your way, right? Um, I had an AI bot channel subscribe and comment to me. I was a dum dum to think that they were an actual person. And you wonder why I say that it's completely caffeinated on the channel, because let's face it, I need a stimulant to keep on top of all this AI stuff. Who's real, who's not, who's engaging, who's not. It is a pain, to say the least. Forgive me, tarot cards, for putting the coffee cup right there. Anyway, regardless of that, when you do get comments, when you do get likes, it's a blessing. It's like, okay, at least who is there for you is there for you. And that is wonderful. Another thing, your camera is okay. Yes, sure, you can have the whole gimbal and all like that. I mean, I was given this wonderful camera for Christmas, because some days I just want to do a point and shoot without using my phone, or my phone's on my battery. But you know what it's inherited into me? It's my B-roll camera. It's the camera I want to do, so I can do other things where I don't want sound, because it's a cheap camera, but I love something that at least I can point and shoot and or possibly do stuff that's more in an artistic vein, just for me, off camera, off grid. And that's fine. Use what you've got. I mean, I'll be honest with you. Yes, this microphone is actually an old PlayStation mono headset, one single ear microphone. I have this huge extension cord to my phone. It's on my tripod that I've had for at least 10 years, and it's doing the trick. Natural lighting from an angle, because I wear glasses. Case in point. So, you know, and I thought I'd give a pretty picture in the background, which actually has two sides of me. There's my husband's models with his one and only tarot deck. It's a Star Trek tarot deck. And of course, my little space, my little water, and my beautiful little uh, needlepoint from my sister. There's a picture above here. I might just move it up. Yeah, that one there. That's actually a copy of a clipping from an old magazine. They were both given to me by my sisters, and I think my where it is there we are. My niece gave me that beautiful amethyst moon hen. I made that wreath, head wreath for a music video, but I also like to use it in my spring rites, as well. So yeah, quite frankly, a lot of the time you're going to find yourself fighting your fears, right? And if you are, that's where we have to go back to check your ego. Why are you afraid? Why are you feeling like it's not enough? You're not the 20-year-old, anymore. You're not feeling all the things where you feel like you need external validation, especially with storytellers. If you are telling a good story, they'll come to you. 9 times out of 10, you're doing it for yourself. And that's the thing. I have been doing it myself. Not to mention, I have a life. You have a life. We all have our lives. It's not always easy to, especially if you're like me as a parent and caregiver of a disabled kid, autism, intellectual disability, and ADHD. It can take a lot of your time. But but I realise and fighting that I've got to keep something for myself. You still can. You can still keep something for yourself and be able to do something for yourself. Now, this is one of my ways of doing it for myself. My kids with their care, with their support worker right now, I have a moment to myself that's nice and quiet where I can put things in and start creating. Traffic pending, but I don't care. And I've got everything I need. I have natural light. I have my phone camera. I have my microphone. All good with the world. Of course, I have my hat as well. Um, and yes, and I must admit, I will be honest with you. The cup and things like that. That was that that's a little experiment for me. I don't think I will be doing all that myself. I won't be always in there with looking at. Sometimes I just want to get on camera with my hat on, and it says it all. All I want is natural lighting, working camera, enough battery, and a left mic. of sorts. So, that's all you really need. Also, it's very easy for me if I have a front facing camera because I'm multifocal. And because I'm multifocal, I can put myself in the way. Not am I sitting nice and correct and upright in the glorious little mid shots. I can actually put myself in a way where I'm slightly blurred and it reminds me to face the camera. Really does. So yeah, really, I have had fun and I've been doing things like experimenting with night vision on this camera, my little Moto G06, and and taking photos with my newer camera and doing some time lapse and things like that. And it's really been fun. I might actually do a separate video of some of the stuff, but I'll tell you something. Um, some things you find in daily life are hilarious. I mean, like already a couple of times I've gone to KFC, because my son wanted to go and have Kentucky Fried, but our local had some unique clientele, as you can see right now. Yeah, good. I had to talk to them last night night before I was recording this, and tell the pigeons that you're not luckily enough for you, but we're not, you know, you don't have to worry about being on the menu, but I don't think this is the ideal place for a pigeon to be. It's hilarious. But no, so yeah, um, I will definitely try to make an effort, and I have done, in the background, I've been changing my room, changing my house around, and getting new furniture, like the chair I'm sitting on, things like this. But daily life does take a lot, and it may, if you're more the sit down storyteller type of content, you know, don't be afraid to just, oh, this is something fascinating and all that. I mean, 9 times out of 10, if I'm not down the laundromat, I'm at home, or life is busy, and you really need to deal with that, and that's okay. So, if you find you've got a ton of B rolls, not time for the A, you'll find a way. We'll definitely find a way. And also, take time for you. You know, you can't make content or have a story to tell if you've got no stories to tell, and that's important. That really is important. You know, share the stories you want to share, and the others you keep for family members. Nothing out of the blue about that. And and that's basically what I've learned over the years, that you know what you envision may not always be the result, and you adapt. I think I said something similar to this in a previous video, but as my ups and downs reviews, the ups are, remember who you're doing it for, whose story you're telling, and don't be afraid to just do it. The downside is, don't do it when you're thinking it's going to uh, keep you in social contact with people. Platforms are platforms now. It's not the old school, as I've mentioned before. Uh, but it can be easily a creative outlet. And as you know, already, it's just quite rambling. So, never mind. Oh dear. But I'm glad if you stuck around this round so far. Thank you. This is more like my old. This is like my old vlogging style from back in the day. Back in the day where people would vlog around 15 minutes or so. But I know there's much longer content on YouTube. It's got to be only a short moment of your time that you don't have to look at the camera. You can just look at the screen. You can just hear me blah blah blah. But if you have looked, at least you've seen the B-roll stuff, and I really appreciate that. Another thing I like to appreciate is that my good old mate Shane MacLeod again gave me a shout out, and I really appreciate that from you. I also like to appreciate things like Axmoose, Dave for being a regular commenter. Shane's a regular commenter too, and Earth Wombat. These are people that have been long time mutuals with me from the old channel and other platforms. So, as we know, my old channel is now a music channel, so you can always check that out too. I'll just check the old thing in the doobly doo, as I used to say. If you know that, you are ancient. Anyway, but I am going to also try not to edit as much because those who want to, well, and try to skip the analytics while I'm here. Don't let the vanity metrics get to you. But also, back to another fantastic little thing. My husband's done it again. My husband, Pete, McLaren Man 075, has done it again. He has twice been in promotional material for his favorite motorsports. And it is a commercial for a TV show on Amazon Prime. Supercars, The Road to Glory. Here, this is more for Amazon Prime Australia and New Zealand. Or you have a VPN, you can look over there, search this, and watch the trailer. And he's in there for 2 seconds. He's the dude in the red with the cap on. So, think you're Feeney. He's not in the show, but he's definitely in the promo, like he was in the advert for V8 Supercars back in the day. He was in the commercial, TV commercial with other fans in the road there, and it was fun and games. It was fun seeing him on the internet, on TV, and also in supermarkets. It was amazing to see him in the supermarket because there would be promos for the V8 supercar race, and there he is in there, just about the whole pile of bottles of Coke, or who was one of the major sponsors for the promo for the. It was amazing. So yeah. So where am I going next? I will do exactly what I'm going to say. Mundane vibes, magical musings, totally caffeinated. If not coffee, definitely a coffee. Then you know. But then again, drink your water, eat your food. Can't always live on caffeine alone. But I will do my best to pop in once a month with some kind of video. And one thing too, I also noticed if you can put in little short forms, little posts, and post from time to time, you're still keeping in touch. Long form content is not the be all and end all. You can do your shorts, you can do your community posts, you can do your behind the scenes stuff, and that is most important. So, if you got this far, thank you very much, and you have the magnificent attention span. As someone who lives with multiple neurodivergencies, from mental health and ADHD and autism, we know how much that is an incredible effort. It takes a lot of effort. So thank you very much for staying this long and putting up with my sort of, you know, kindly departmentalized but random direction content. I won't be as slick in my storytelling, and I will most likely be a stream of consciousness, but I will try to rein it in as much as I can. Sometimes, just want to grab a cup, fill it with liquid, set up a camera, and talk to you like you're the neighbour over the fence. What's my thoughts? What's my opinions? How's my day, or how's my month been? And that's the goal of Mum's Village this year. And thank you very much for not only again staying to the end of the video. You guys are absolute legends. You guys are legends. What can I say? You have managed to stick around, and that's a lot to say. Also, yes, don't sweat if not everyone subscribed, but it would be nice if you would. Okay, so don't forget to do all the things, bell, subscribe, all that. Share to people if you think nice, cozy content is for people to talk about and see a random woman in her late 50s talk about stuff that sometimes relates to my spirituality or my daily life. I have talked more than enough now. So thanks for watching and keep it magical, okay? Bye.